United States slashes reciprocal tariff on Bangladesh by 15% to 20%. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus hails landmark US tariff deal as a diplomatic victory. Bangladesh to remain competitive despite US 20% tariff, says Commerce Advisor. National Security Advisor hails tariff cut as good news for millions dependent on the RMG sector. July-themed artworks rekindle memories of the July mass uprising to ensure people never forget what happened, says LGRD Sports Advisor. These artworks would serve as a barrier against the rise of fascism. About 200 bicycles rally in the capital to mark July mass uprising. At least 51 Palestinians, including 23 aid seekers, killed in gruesome Israeli attacks over the past 24 hours. And in Harare, Bangladesh under-19 beat Zimbabwe by 8 wickets in Harare Tri-Nation ODI. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV News. I'm Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. You just heard the headlines. Let's move on to the details of those and other stories. In April, the US administration informed Bangladesh via a letter about a proposed 35% counter tariff. Since then, discussions have been held between the two countries. As a result of these negotiations, the United States reduced the tariff by 15%, settling at 20%. Yesterday, US President Donald Trump announced the new tariff rate through an executive order. Prior to this, the final round of negotiations took place in Washington, D.C. between the Bangladeshi delegation and the U.S. trade representative. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus described the historic trade deal with the United States as a diplomatic victory for Bangladesh. In his response, he congratulated the Bangladeshi tariff negotiation team for successfully concluding the agreement. He stated being able to reduce the tariff to 20%, which is 17 percentage points lower than the initially proposed rate, demonstrates our negotiation team's exceptional strategic competence and unwavering commitment to protecting our national economic interests. The deal maintains Bangladesh's competitive advantage, expands its access to the world's largest consumer market, and strongly safeguards national interests. The Bangladeshi delegation in Washington, D.C. was led by Commerce Advisor Sheikh Bashiruddin. He said there is no fear of disruption to our exports to the U.S. Bangladesh will remain in a competitive position. However, he acknowledged that they had hoped for a tariff rate below 20%. Dr. Khalilur Rahman, chief negotiator and national security advisor, stated that Bangladesh had successfully avoided the potential 35% counter tariff. He added this is undoubtedly good news for the country's garment sector and the millions of workers who depend on it. Dr. Khalilur Rahman further mentioned that the negotiations allowed Bangladesh to maintain its global competitiveness and expand access to the U.S. market, the largest consumer base in the world. As part of the deal, Bangladesh has also agreed to import agricultural products from the U.S., which will not only enhance food security but also strengthen relations with American states involved in agricultural production. On the same day, President Donald Trump announced new tariff rates on imports from 70 countries, ranging from 10% to a maximum of 41%. Bangladesh received a 20% tariff rate, similar to key competitors in the garment sector, such as Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Pakistan, and Indonesia, which were assigned tariffs ranging from 19% to 20%. This ensures Bangladesh's relative competitiveness in garment exports remains intact. On the other hand, India, having failed to reach a comprehensive agreement, received a 25% tariff, while Myanmar has been hit with a 40% tariff. July-themed artworks to rekindle memories of the July mass uprising so that people would never forget what has happened in July uprising. The July artworks would also serve as a barrier against the rise of fascism, says LGRD and sports advisor Asif Mahmood Shoji Bhuiya. The advisor was speaking at an art event showcasing July mass uprising at Bijay Sharoni as chief guest. Dhaka North City Corporation (DNCC) organized the event. The advisor, who himself was the leader of his students against discrimination during July uprising, said wall writings and graffiti inspired many to join the 2024 mass movement to oust the autocratic ruler. Speakers at the event said July-themed artworks will appear at more than 30 locations in Dhaka, with murals already painted on metro rail pillars from Agargaon to Shahbag. Earlier, LGRD and Cooperatives advisor Asif Mahmood Shoji Bhuiya formally inaugurated the July Artwork Graffiti project on the Agargaon-Shahbag metro rail stretch supported by DNCC. Painted under the theme Language of Walls, Memory, Resistance and History of the People, the murals depict the July 2024 uprising, scenes of repression from 2009 to 2024 and portraits of martyrs like Abra and Felani. Observers say the project echoes global protest art, symbolizing Bangladesh's determination to resist future dictatorship. Cultural Affairs Advisor Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi has said that July represents a powerful explosion against discrimination and a strong expression of protest. July is our consciousness, July is our inspiration, and July of 2024, our youth once again sowed the seeds of liberation in this blood-soaked land, he added. Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi was speaking as the chief guest at the inauguration of the 4-day July Revival Cultural Festival organized by Saimum Shilpi Goshti at Sohrawardi Uddan in the capital today. The advisor said that during the July mass uprising, the youth proclaimed a clear and unwavering voice that their life is not the last word, where betrayal is synonymous with death. By upholding, observing and nurturing this July slogan, Motherland or Death, our youth have written an epic poem of success, he added. He emphasized that all pro-Bangladeshi forces must unite to break the shackles of the fascist cultural hegemony in order to develop and strengthen the native culture. Speaking as the special guest, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said they must continuously move forward by embracing our own cultural heritage to defeat Mujibism. Saimum Shilpi Goshti President Zahidul Islam chaired the event. The 4-day festival will feature a range of activities including cultural performances, film screenings, reminiscence sessions and graffiti painting. In memory of the July martyrs, a discussion meeting and prayer have been organized by Red July on the occasion of the first anniversary of July mass uprising at the National Press Club today. Speakers said that the aspirations that led to the July mass uprising must be upheld and proper respect should be given to the martyrs of July mass uprising. Everyone must stay united to prevent fascism from rising again. Later, prayers offered seeking eternal peace of the souls of the martyrs who died in the July mass uprising. Supreme Court lawyer Tanveer Ahmed and leaders of the Red July organization were present. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has said that the freedom achieved through the July mass uprising and the supreme sacrifices of its martyrs will only be fulfilled when fascism is eradicated both politically and completely. He made the remarks at a memorial discussion of July mass uprising martyrs organized by Dhaka City North BNP at Uttara today. Mirza Fakhrul Islam warned that everyone must remain vigilant so that Awami fascism not be rehabilitated and so that the freedom gained through the blood sacrifice of the July martyrs not be jeopardized. Among others, father of July Shoheed Mugdho, mother of July Shoheed Zafar, family members of the martyrs and those injured in the July mass uprising, along with BNP leaders, were present. The leader said, "Without patriotism, no one can sacrifice their blood," Mirza Fakhrul added. "We must honor the supreme sacrifices and come forward to build the nation and secure its future." BNP Dhaka City South Unit today organized a discussion at Jatrabari, Dhaka to honor the martyrs of the July mass uprising. Dhaka South Unit BNP convener Rafiqul Alam Mojnu presided over the event, while BNP National Standing Committee member Mirza Abbas attended as the chief guest. Family members of the July martyrs were also present. Addressing the gathering, the father of the July Shaheed Miraj demanded exemplary punishment for killer Hasina and all others associated with the July killings. Echoing the demand, BNP leader Mirza Abbas expressed solidarity, saying all who were involved in the July killings should not be allowed to escape justice. He added that justice must be ensured, as the past 17 years have been marked by politics of enforced disappearances, killings and political oppression. Leaders and activists of BNP and its affiliated wing organizations were present at the discussion. A seminar titled "Women's Commitment for a Dignified Bangladesh and New Settlement" was held in Dhaka today. At a seminar organized by the National Youth Power, an affiliate of NCP, at the Youth Power office in Bangla Motor in the capital, in the afternoon, speakers highlighted their commitment and determination to realize the rights, dignity, courage and dreams of women. NCP Senior Joint Convener Samantha Sharmin, Senior Joint Member Secretary Dr. Tasneem Zara, Joint Convener Tasnuba Jabin, Nationalist Women's Party Dhaka City South General Secretary Shahinur Nargis, Bangladesh Democratic Students Union spokesperson Ashrifa Khatun, National Youth Power Convener Advocate Tariqul Islam, Member Secretary Dr. Zahidul Islam, Chief Organizer Engineer Farhad Suhail and other concerned persons were present at the event. Over the week, the price of broiler chicken in the market has slightly decreased. It is now being sold at 160 to 170 taka per kilogram, down by 5 taka. On the other hand, due to several days of rain, the supply of vegetables in the market has decreased, leading to a price hike. The price of farm eggs had been on a downward trend for a long time, has also slightly increased. The list of rising prices also includes rice, edible oil, lentils and onions. Within just 2 days, the price of medium quality rice has increased by up to 5 taka per kilogram. However, market insiders said there is no logical reason for this price hike. Due to stockpiling by holders and corporate traders, as well as adverse weather affecting production and supply to some extent, the rice market is experiencing a negative impact. Alongside rice, the prices of soybean and palm oil have also increased in the retail markets of the capital in the past 2 days. Lentil prices have also gone up. The price of local onions is higher as well. Most vegetables are still being sold at high prices in the market. However, the price of green chilies has slightly decreased. Among vegetables, cucumber prices have increased the most. Hillshire fish prices, however, have been beyond the reach of lower middle income people. Now, international news.